This demonstration of the academic intervention scheduling application will show you how the solution works and can help you provide the opportunity for every student to succeed. There are two areas of focus. First, I'll show how the solution is used for scheduling intervention, and then I'll show how all students can use it to select enrichment sessions. I'm going to first sign on as a teacher, a math teacher. This is the teacher's main menu. The first step in getting going is to create a session. There are two ways to do that. One through the calendar and the other through manage sessions. First, we're going to use the calendar function. The calendar function works similar to the other calendar functions you might have used. Here you can see the day view, but you can look at a week or a month as well. I'm going to select a time I want the session to start. In this case, 10 a.m. On the session profile screen, you define the details about your session. I'm going to call my session Trig, Sines, and Cosines. I'll select the category of math. The content of this pull-down can be set in application settings. You could put departments or areas of study. It's fully up to the school. Then I'll add building, classroom, and number of seats. In cases where students are allowed to sign up for enhancement or elective types of sessions, the application will track the number of sign-ups and will not permit further sign-ups when there are no more open seats. This is particularly helpful if you're using the application to track sign-ups in a testing center. Time and data are auto-filled based on the calendar selection. You can enter notes that are visible to the students who may be signing up for classes. I'll put a short note in here. Teachers will see all teachers and could create a session for another teacher. This was allowed to accommodate departments where the department head or assigned teacher would be creating all of the sessions. However, the selected teacher defaults to the teacher signed in. Once you've saved the session setup, you can now start assigning students. All students will be listed in the selection box. Simply start typing a student's name and type ahead will find the student. Double-clicking the student selects them and they will appear in the session students view below. If another teacher is already assigned a student to a session, the pop-up tells you about the conflict, in this case, file in group practice, is at the same time as your session. You can either cancel or select to continue. If you continue, the student's guidance counselor will receive an email notifying them of the conflict, where they or an administrator can resolve that conflict. Okay, we've got our session defined now, and let's go back to the calendar. As you can see, the session's been scheduled and now appears on the calendar view. This is the menu an administrator will see. We've just seen a conflict created. Now, the administrator function in this case will resolve that conflict. You can see the view is showing the conflicting assigned sessions. In this case, the music session will be canceled in favor of the math session. The music teacher will receive an email notification that the student will not be attending. Okay, so sessions have been created, conflicts resolved, so we're ready to send the notifications. In schools that have implemented this so far, they have chosen to have a central administrator send the notifications versus each teacher sending their own. This view shows assigned students. I have the choice of notifying all or selecting which students to notify. Note that the view shows how many emails have been sent to the student and how many mobile device notifications. Once the Notify All is selected, you'll see a summary of how many will be sent. When you click Continue, the application will first send emails to the students with copies to their parents, then an email to their respective counselors, and finally, the mobile device notifications will be sent to the students. While the application is going through the process, I'll explain an important configuration setting. In the application settings, you can configure the notifications to a simulated mode. These pop-ups are simulations of what an email contains to help you better set up your application email content, as well as allows you to train your team on the flow of the application. The application settings also allows you to turn off sending emails to parents, counselors, students, and for those schools that don't have mobile devices, you can turn off that feature as well. You can see in the view that the email count indicates the emails and the alerts have been sent. Ticking the box on the right allows you to selectively send notifications. Additionally, we built in a fail-safe, so to speak, where if for some reason the send was interrupted, you can click the Notify Outstanding and the application will pick up where it left off and finish sending the emails. Now I'm signing in as an English teacher. First, as I explained earlier, a teacher could send their own assignment notifications. In this view, they only see students assigned to their sessions. The teacher can now take attendance. The default indicates the student has attended. The teacher need only click the icon to change it from yes to no. Reports are sent to the administration summarizing which students did not attend their assigned classes. In this scenario, the teacher will send out the notifications of non-attendance. As you can see, the 2 students we marked as not attending are being indicated here in this pop-up. Non-attendance emails are sent to the students, their parents, and counselors. Again, you can determine if emails are sent to one or all of them, or none of them, through the system settings. I've referenced application settings throughout this demonstration. Under the Configuration tab, you can set up session categories to anything you like, departments or areas of study, or whatever makes sense for your school. The Permit Student Sign-up allows students to select or sign up for classes through the browser-delivered application, which will be shown later. This is where you turn on or off email simulation mode. If this tick box is not checked, when notifications are initiated, the application will try to send real emails. You set the subject and introduction in each of the email types. The application will insert the appropriate content related to student and session information automatically. We've also put in a default session settings. This will provide a consistent start and end time, day of the week, and building. This is to help ensure consistency across sessions when your school is running a school-wide program that happens at the same day and time of the week. Sign-in notifications permit you to put up bulletin board-like notifications for users of the application. You select the date and time range and who should see the notifications. These notifications are seen again by only users of this application. Students do not see these notifications since they typically would not have access to this application. I'll put in a date range and select some times for this notification. Through this rich text editor, where you can nicely format your message, I'll key in my notification. Maybe in this one I want to ensure all teachers know our academic priorities for this week. But it could be anything, announcing a teachers meeting. It's really quite flexible. I'll finish keying in the message and then we'll save this bulletin board announcement. And then we'll go take a look at it and see what it looks like to a teacher when they sign on. This view shows all notifications. You can create new ones or reuse existing or old ones. Now I'm signing in as an English teacher again. You'll see the bulletin board alert. It's your choice to dismiss it and see it again, or you can just indicate that you don't want to see it again. Now let's create a session by using the Manage Session function. When you use this function to add a session, it will automatically pick up the default settings through the configuration settings that we talked about earlier. The rest of the process works exactly the same as if you created it through the calendar. So far, this demonstration has focused on how the application supports academic intervention, where you are assigning students to a session that you feel are going to benefit them, or where you recognize they may be struggling to understand the concepts of a subject area. Now I'll show you how the application can be used more broadly to support both academic intervention and providing sessions that may enrich the learning experience, or academic enhancement as some of the schools have called it. Some students may not have devices where they can easily receive emails or texts. For those students, they can access the application through any standard browser. I'm logging on as a struggling student who was assigned the trig class previously. At the top of the window, they can see they were assigned a class, and by clicking the information icon, they find out the detailed information they need to get to the class. If there were classes on other days, or even the same day that did not conflict with the assigned math class, they could be chosen. For students that have not been assigned sessions, they may select sessions they wish to attend through the same browser interface. Here you see 4 available classes. In this case, the testing center will be chosen. Note that there is only one open seat available in the center. Now you can see the session has been added to the students list, and now also note that there are no more seats available. So when the sessions are presented, that session is no longer visible to be selected for this student or any other. The teacher, however, can override that and add seats whenever they like. Students have the ability to see past classes they've attended by clicking the button, and they have the ability to search by simply clicking in the field above the column they'd like to search on and entering the criteria. Thank you for taking the time to view the demonstration. We have flexible pricing that fits any size school. Please call us at the number listed on the screen for details.